This is my FPL team ahead of game week 22, 48 points in game week 21, so a red arrow for me. I had Thiago scoring ahead, Erling Haaland as my captain, and Timber, he picked up a clean sheet. The thing with Arsenal defense, if you only have one Arsenal defender, they will actually hurt your rank if you only have one of them. So Timber 6 points, Erling Haaland captain, Thiago returning, all of my other players blanked. My team will definitely not look like this in game week 22. I have 3 free transfers. Sonnenberg, he will definitely not start for me playing against Chelsea. I will most probably have Thiago playing against Sanchez, but I will make some transfers ahead of game week 22, and we'll talk about this more in the transfer section. So in addition, I will talk about some community questions, and at the end of the video, as always, I will take a look at the captain selection as well. So let's have a look. So a couple of community questions before taking a look at my transfers and the captain selection. So the first question, Raya or Roofs in goal? I really like Roofs at the moment. He is actually one of the highest scoring goalkeepers so far, and definitely much better value when we take a look at points per million compared to Raya. The only thing I really like about Raya is the fact that he is playing for the best defense in the league. On the other hand, he feels like kind of a waste of an Arsenal spot in your team at the moment. They have really good options. I think that Rice looks like really good value in midfield. Gabriel looks like a must-have as well. Timber, really good value, one of the defenders with the best attacking stats. So if you have Raya in goal, you will potentially block the opportunity to have Saka in at some point as well. So I really think that Ruffs at the moment looks like the much better option compared to Raya. It has like a ceiling of 6 points as well. It's not getting that many save points, so not many bonus for Raya as well. So at that price and in goal, I think that actually Ruffs is a better option compared to Raya at the moment. The next question is the best replacement for Semenyo. So there are a lot of transfers being made in midfield at the moment. Semenyo, he is one of the players that need a replacement. So I don't really think that he will start week in, week out for Man City. He will play in the EFL Cup as well. So I don't really see Semenyo starting for Man City in game week 22. So it really makes sense if you have Semenyo in your team, and if you have 4 Man City players, I really think that you should replace Semenyo. The thing is that if you have 4 Man City players, one of your next transfers has to be a Man City player out. So it's cool having 4 players from the same team, but at the same time, this really restricts your transfers, and you really have to remove one of your Man City midfielders. I think Semenyo is the one that has to go, so let's take a look at some possible replacements. So if you have an available Arsenal spot in your team and you need to replace Semenyo, I really think that bringing in Rice makes sense at this point. 7.3, really good stats from Rice. He can pick up defensive contributions. He's on set pieces for Arsenal. I think that Semenyo to Rice really makes sense. If you already own Rice, if you have some funds available, going for Cole Palmer might be a good punt. They have some really good fixtures coming up. The thing is that with Cole Palmer, he hasn't really delivered that well, but with those fixtures, he can of course come good. He has really good potential, of course. Cole Palmer on penalties for Chelsea. So as mentioned, if you have the available funds, Cole Palmer could be a really good replacement. If you want to downgrade in midfield and invest more in defense or up front, going for Garner, the Everton midfielder, only priced at 5.1. Good stats as well, on some set pieces for Everton. He could be a really good option. Bruno Fernandes, one of the most transferred in players ahead of game week 22, back from injury, played in game week 21. But in my opinion, I actually think that Bruno Fernandes potentially can wait until game week 24. They have a couple of really tough games coming up, playing against Man City in game week 22, then they play away against Arsenal in game week 23. So game week 24 at home against Fulham, this might be a better entry point for Bruno Fernandes. Enzo Fernandes as well, talked about the Chelsea fixtures. He is close to nail on for Chelsea. Good attacking stats as well, 2.66 expected goal involvement. So Enzo Fernandes is another really good replacement in midfield. The last player on this watch list is Tavernier. He's more of a punt, but he looks likely to be the talisman for Bournemouth now with Semenyo gone, and we have Kluivert injured as well, so only priced at 5.5. he could be a really interesting asset going forward. One of the most consistent players in FPL at the moment, Bruno Guimaraes, he has actually picked up double-digit points in the last 3 game weeks. Priced at 7.2, really good fixture in game week 22, but have a couple of tough fixtures from game week 23 and onwards. Can he continue delivering at the same rate as he has done in the last couple of game weeks? I'm not really sure, but at least he will most probably continue ticking over, delivering points, but I'm not really expecting double-digit hauls from Bruno Guimaraes week in, week out going forward. Rodgers is another solid option, really good fixtures for Aston Villa coming up, and he's one of those players that will play most minutes. So selected by 31.5% of managers, so not a differential, but he is a really solid option going forward. The last player is more of a short-term punt in my opinion. Really good fixture in game week 22. Gakpo will most probably play as Liverpool's number 9. Ekitike has been injured and he came back from injury, got some minutes, but Gakpo, he will definitely start, will be on the left or as their number 9. So in game week 22, I think Gakpo is a really good option as well. So please let me know in the comments down below who is your favorite replacement for Semenyo. So I have made a list like this for defenders and forwards as well. So if you're interested in watching that one, it's in my video, the players to buy ahead of game week 22. But let's continue taking a look at my transfers. So a lot of good options in midfield at the moment. My plan ahead of game week 22 was actually to go for a 3-5-2, downgrading Thiago to Barnes, Dorgu to Gabriel, and Saka to Cole Palmer. But I have actually changed my mind. Igor Thiago, he has done really well recently. Scored a hat-trick in game week 20, did well in game week 21 as well. So in this form, I can't really see myself selling Igor Thiago. So those transfers looked really good back in game week 19-20. I had them pre-planned. The plan was actually to go for a 3-5-2 as mentioned, but with the form Igor Thiago is in, I have planned some other transfers. So Gabriel, he will most probably join my team. Dorgu, he was a short-term punt. We knew that he would start for Man United in game week 19, 20, 21. They had really good fixtures. They had Ahmad and Mbumo at the African Cup of Nations, so they will be back soon. So I think that Dorgu definitely is a sell if you have him in your team. So I have 3 free transfers available. I will most probably only use 2 of them and save a transfer heading into game week 23. So Dorgu, as mentioned, he will most probably leave my team. I really like Gabriel at the moment. He looks like he is fixture proof. So if Arsenal don't keep a clean sheet, he has a lot of routes to points. He can get defensive contributions and attacking returns. So Gabriel, I think that he should be included in your FPL team at the moment. So Dorgu to Gabriel, but I need some funds to afford this move. Saka, I have to sell him as well because I already have 3 Arsenal players. I have Timber and I have Rice as well. So this is one of the reasons why I will sell Saka. So I don't really think that Saka is worth his price tag at the moment, 10.2, but I think that Rice is actually better value. So selling Saka to Enzo Fernandez, this will give me enough to upgrade Dorgu to Gabriel. So this will probably be my transfers ahead of game week 22. But I will discuss those transfers on Friday night on the Q&A. I always have a Q&A the night before the deadline. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So the captain selection section is back in game week 22. The fixture for Newcastle looks really good on paper playing against Wolves, but I had a look at the stats. I got a bit surprised when I had a look at the defensive stats for Wolves. As you can see on the screen, they have kept 1 clean sheet. They have actually only conceded 4 goals, 5 big chances, 12 shots on target, and they only have an expected goal of 3.52. So recently, we have seen a big improvement from Wolves when it comes to their defensive ability. So I don't really trust Anthony Gordon. I'm not sure if I would captain Anthony Gordon, even though Wolves had terrible defensive stats. But now I know I will definitely not captain Anthony Gordon in game week 22. I think Bruno Guimaraes is a solid option, but I'm not sure if I would give him the captain's armband in game week 22. So As mentioned, the fixture looks really good on paper, but in reality, I think that Wolves will probably put up a fight against Newcastle in game week 22. Another option is to captain an Arsenal player like Saka. So I will most probably sell Saka ahead of game week 22 as mentioned in the transfer section, but the picture looks good. Playing against Nottingham Forest, they haven't kept any clean sheets in the last 4 game weeks. They are actually one of the teams to concede the most goals, so 8 goals conceded, which is 19th in the league. But when we take a look at the other stats, they only have conceded 9 big chances, 15 shots on target, and they have an expected goal of 5.25. So I think Nottingham Forest, they have actually been a bit unlucky conceding those 8 goals. We see that they only have 9 and 15 big chances and shots on target, and they have an expected goal of 5.25. So 19th for goals conceded, but 9th and 8th for big chances, shots on target, and expected goals. So this looks like a team that has been a bit unlucky. So they tried out the new goalkeeper, John Victor. He had a couple of unfortunate goals let in, so I think that Nottingham Forest, they might be a bit better than the goals conceded stat is showing at the moment. So Arsenal, of course, they are a really good team. They might do well against Nottingham Forest. So if you want to take a captain punt and if you own Saka, he could actually be an option. So another option, one of the most informed players in FPL at the moment, did really well in game week 20 and game week 21. Can he continue delivering in game week 22? He will play against Chelsea. As we can see on the screen, their stats, they aren't really that impressive. I was a bit surprised when I saw those stats from Chelsea. They haven't kept any clean sheets in the last 4 game weeks. They have conceded 7 goals, 11 big chances, 22 shots on target, and they have an expected goal of 6.55. So Chelsea, they are rumored to be one of the most solid defenses. They have really good fixtures coming up, but in the last 4 game weeks, they haven't really impressed us with their defensive ability. So Igor Thiago definitely want to consider for captaincy if you don't want to go for Erling Haaland. So the safest option in game week 22 when it comes to captaincy will be Erling Haaland. He is the most owned player and he will have the highest effective ownership in game week 22 as well. Playing against Man United, this is historically a really good fixture for Erling Haaland, but I was a bit surprised when I took a look at the defensive stats of Manchester United recently. So they have kept 1 clean sheet, only conceded 4 goals, only 4 big chances as well, and 11 shots on target. They have an expected goals conceded of 3.48, which is actually 2nd best in the league at the moment. So we take a look at the stats. 2nd, 3rd, and they're 2nd for expected goals conceded as well. So Man United, they are actually one of the best defensive teams recently. They have a new manager, Amorim. He is sacked, so I think it's a bit up in the air. What can we expect from Man United going forward? At the moment, Erling Haaland, he is actually my captain. So I think it's actually a decent week to go against Erling Haaland once again, but I don't really have any other standout options in my team at the moment. So we'll probably go for Erling Haaland, but I will discuss this on the Friday night Q&A. So if you're interested, join that one. Please let me know who will be your captain for game week 22. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel for more FPL content.